Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Praise the Lord, spring is finally here and we are going to save you a ton of money on all your spring cleaning. Now, we're going to kind of look at some of the things that Granny used to clean her house with, and your mama's used, and people have used for forever to clean with, and get back to some of that basic, cheap stuff. We're going to mix up an all-purpose cleaner, and I'm going to give you the exact formula for that, and kind of give you some other tips to use these basic things. Lemon juice, vinegar, plain old cheap white vinegar. Buy you a gallon of that stuff. Some good soap and baking soda. And of course water. I mean, that's the ingredients for a clean. Now, you can also buy a gallon of straight bleach, which will clean a lot of things, and you can dilute that with water. That's another huge money-saving tip for outdoor cleaning. Get you some straight bleach, dilute it like a quarter of a cup, maybe in a spray bottle this big with water, and it will clean mold off of anything outside. And it will also clean it out of your showers, and you don't have to buy those cleaners that are $5 a bottle. A gallon of bleach will clean a lot if you're diluting it a quarter of a cup in a spray bottle. But anyway, let's get this cleaner recipe going here, and then we're going to talk about what it will clean. You can use a spray bottle you already have. I marked on my spray bottle exactly how much of each thing to use, so I don't even have to measure it when I want to remix this. We're going to use 8 ounces of the vinegar. We're going to use 4 ounces of lemon juice, 2 ounces of the Dawn dish soap, and then about 10 ounces of water, which is going to take it up to here. I just fill it up and leave enough room to give it a little swish to mix it. So, let's start adding stuff. And if you have an old bottle, you can mark it on an old bottle, or you can just measure it every time you use it. You don't have to mark it. But I think this makes it easier, and you really don't even need a funnel for this. I mean, you can just pour it in there and be real careful if you want to. Okay, that's about right. Now, cheap does not matter, but when you're buying your lemon juice, make sure you get 100% lemon juice. And this stuff will clean anything, but if I was going to clean the inside of my windows, I probably would not use quite as much Dawn as what we're putting in this, because I would want to make it easier to get the soap off so that I didn't have to rub so much to get it streak free. But 4 ounces of the lemon juice, I didn't shake that up. Shake your lemon juice up. And then 4 ounces of lemon juice. And then we're going to do 2 ounces of the Dawn. And this is a quarter of a cup if you're measuring everything out separate. If you're going to use it for windows, maybe just do an ounce of it for the inside. For the outside, this stuff will clean all that grime off your windows and off your window screens. Get the mold all off of them. The vinegar and the lemon juice are both acidic, so they will kill all kinds of funguses. They'll kill mold and mildew and just about anything else that's growing. And then you're going to add 10 ounces of water, or add it until it's, leave it where you can swirl it. You want to make sure you can mix it up a little bit in your bottle. Lots of stuff you can clean with just straight vinegar. You can add vinegar in the rinse water of your carpet cleaner if you're cleaning your carpets, and it will make a huge difference. It will get your carpets much cleaner, and there won't be the soap scum left that attracts more dirt after you've cleaned your carpets. Gosh, it's good for all kind of stuff. And you can mix vinegar and baking soda together, sprinkle baking soda on something, and then add vinegar to it, and you get that bubbling action that cleans off stuck on, burn on, baked on stuff in pots and pans and everything else. And it's super cheap. Anyway, once you get it all in there, just give it a little swirl. And that mixes it up. Now, I've been using this for a while, and it will settle out as it sits. So if you let it sit for a little while, before you use it again, just give it a little swirl again, and that mixes it back up so it's all even. This stuff will clean everything in your house and outside of your house. It will clean your showers, tubs, sinks. It'll get all that soap scum off. Your stainless steel, your glass top stove. I have been cleaning my glass top stove with it for 2 or 3 weeks. I wanted to try this formula out before I gave it to you and make sure it would work and not tell you it would do stuff that it would not do. When I first read about this, they said clean your oven with it. Spray it in your oven, close the door, let it sit overnight, and then just go back and wipe it right out. Well, my oven was pretty well built up, so I tried it. It worked pretty good. Now, I've got to admit, it worked pretty good. It probably worked as well as that super toxic oven cleaner, but it did not take everything out. So, if you have something that's really stuck on and you're using this, sprinkle some baking soda, then spray this on it. Let it sit. If you let this sit, it works much better. Like if you're cleaning a shower that's got a lot of soap scum built up on it, spray this in there, let it sit overnight, go back in the next day and give it another little mist to moisten it, and then wipe it with a rag or use a brush or whatever, and then rinse it off. And it'll clean it. It'll clean it as well as those spray bottles of stuff that cost $25. And for $25, you can make a truckload of this stuff. Outside, on your all your outdoor furniture, your porch furniture, patio furniture out on the decks or by the fire pit, it will clean it. It will take off all the grime from the winter. It will take off any mold or mildew. It will clean black streaks off of your RVs. And if you have an RV, you know how hard it is to clean that, and you know how much that black streak cleaner costs. And then it doesn't work. This will work on your RVs, and it kills the mold without fading the color. Now, if you've got something you don't mind fading the color, like I said, dilute a little bleach and that'll kill it instantly. Just spray it on and let it sit. But if you're worried about fading the color, this will do it without damaging it. It doesn't break down the fiber, but it still kills the mold. If you let this stuff sit, it does work better. But I have been using this, like I said, on my glass top stove for about 3 weeks. And it works much better than the very expensive little bottles of cleaner that you buy and you squirt out and you sit there and you scrub and you scrub and you scrub. If I have something burn on, I sprinkle baking soda on it, I spray this, I let it sit for a little while, and then I go back and I wipe it. Now, sometimes I do have to wipe it a little bit, to get the burn stuff off, but it comes off, it's perfectly clear, and it doesn't damage the stove. I've been using baking soda on my stove ever since I've had it. It won't scratch it, or it hasn't scratched mine. I don't want to say it won't, because then somebody will come back and they'll say, I used it and it scratched my stove. I used it on my old stove and I've used it on this one. Baking soda has never damaged it. And this won't damage it, or hasn't damaged mine. Disclaimer, I'm not a glass stove expert, but it's never damaged mine. This, like I said, inside of your windows, outside of your windows, everything in the kitchen it'll clean, everything in the bathroom it'll clean, shine your sinks up, shine your faucets up, all that stuff. And I have damaged my faucets with a lot of cleaner. It takes the color out, makes them all black and ugly. This won't do that. It'll clean it without damaging it. So, buy you some basic ingredients: vinegar, lemon juice, some good soap, some baking soda. You can mix up this cleaner, spray it everywhere. It cleans just about everything. It's a really good all-purpose cleaner, much cheaper than the all-purpose cleaners that are pre-mixed in the store. And it just cleans everything. Add some baking soda if you have something that you need to scrub, and it'll scrub it without damaging it. And if you've got some really tough mold that you ain't worried about damaging color or fabric or whatever, you can use bleach on that. Just dilute it and spray it. I hope this really does save you a lot of money, and I'm going to keep using it because it's easy to mix up and it works great. Kind of leave in the comments, leave your tips for cheap cleaners, because folks really are struggling, and I know that cleaners are one of the first things to go, because if you can't afford to buy medicine and groceries, you sure aren't going to buy cleaners. But we kind of got to keep our houses clean, especially with all the germs and stuff that are going around. And because it's spring and because we're cleaning, I want to leave you with Psalms 1:3. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. While you're cleaning your house, turn on something that's going to help your mind and your spirit and your heart and your soul to renew that and clean that. Put something positive in there. An audio Bible, some good Christian music, something that's going to lift you up, make you feel better, and fill you with a clean heart and a right spirit. Thank you so much for joining us in the Hillbilly Kitchen. If you haven't already, please don't forget to click like and subscribe before you leave. Share this with all your friends so they can save money too. And until next time, remember to put God first.